Snakes are dangerous predators that have wasted no time and have adapted perfectly to hunting throughout their long evolution. How exactly and what animals are they hunting? And what methods do they use in battles? You're about to see it. In this episode, I'll show you the snake that makes all the birds panic, as well as other creeping creatures in action. Let's go! Cobra versus eagle. In this video, a young eagle flew on the land to find some food. Usually, it's satisfied with absolutely everything, including snakes. But this time, the opponent in the person of a cobra didn't plan to become someone's dinner at all. On the contrary, the snake itself started to hunt for the eagle and used all its hunting skills. Unfortunately, or fortunately, the hunt failed, and the feathered creature dodged the cobra's attacks. But the reptile certainly managed to make it nervous. Cunning plan. If you think snakes can only attack head-on, as it happened in the last video, you don't know much about them. For example, most creeping creatures have amazing camouflage. It allows them to blend into the terrain and become a kind of a stone against the road. Even people during a walk couldn't distinguish a snake from an ordinary cobblestone, let alone animals. Sometimes these creatures can go even further and not only pretend to be a rock, but also use their own tail in their cunning plan, which looks like a small insect. The creeping creatures use it to lure birds, and as soon as they try to grab the fake insect, the snakes make a sharp lunge and deal with their prey in one bite. Birds have no chance to get up out of such a grip. Now I suggest you watch a cool video about how the gaboon viper shows itself in action. If you didn't know, this is one of the most dangerous snakes on the planet, which lives in Africa. Despite the fact that it's insanely dangerous and can finish off even an adult person with just one bite, some local tribes still consider it as something sacred and protect it in every way. Well, let's finally watch it hunt. The gaboon viper, or the gaboon adder, which venom contains fast-acting toxins, is carnivorous like all snakes. Consequently, the only way it can feed itself is by hunting other living creatures. In general, its diet includes all small, warm-blooded creatures that live in Africa. Moreover, particularly large representatives of the species can take down a dwarf antelope or even a wild cat. It's important to note that the gaboon viper is not the most skilled hunter. Because of its large size and heavy weight, it can't move fast enough to attack its prey from afar. All that's left is for it to ambush them. It's already learned this tactic very well. Thanks to its coloring, the snake can merge with fallen leaves or pretend to be an ordinary log. And when the unsuspecting prey approaches its trap, it'll take the prey with one sharp lunge. To be more precise, with this very lunge, the gaboon viper will inject a high dose of venom into the body of the prey, which will start working in less than a few minutes. And even if the prey decides to run somewhere after the bite, it will not be able to leave. The gaboon viper will follow it and wait until it's completely weakened. Underwater hunter. The olive sea snake is a creature that still breathes air, except that because of evolution and adaptation to the underwater environment, it's learned to spend a long time without oxygen. The olive sea snake has very large lungs, which makes it able to hold its breath for an hour or even longer. Hunting underwater is quite easy for it. No matter how you look at it, it's one of the most venomous snakes on our planet. The snake's small and hollow teeth help it inject the toxin. Neurotoxins destroy nerve signals, while mycotoxins destroy muscle tissue. Together, they lead to respiratory paralysis and rapid death. In addition, the olive sea snake uses its venom to digest its prey, which it finds at depths of up to 130 feet. But as a rule, it stalks its future prey in shallow water among coral reefs. When hunting, the snake also uses a secret weapon, a group of light-sensitive nerve cells located on its tail that pick up reflections on fish scales. It's like eyes on either side of its 6.5-foot-long body. One hears about this underwater hunter and realizes how strong and dangerous it is. The only good thing is that the olive sea snake doesn't attack humans. King cobra. The king cobra is one of the key links in the history of dangerous snakes. It's the only one of its kind that often chooses to hunt congener snakes. It's an excellent tree climber and no less impressive swimmer, so none of the snakes can get away from it. It's also funny that even very venomous snakes can be killed by the king cobra. Toxins in their blood don't scare the king cobra at all. It's resistant to them. Moreover, its venom is rarely worse than that of the prey. In addition, it can inject so much of it that even an adult can be killed by such a dose. There are cases in history when even Indian elephants died from this bite. In general, snakes are usually neutral to people and only show aggression if they feel threatened. But it's been repeatedly reported about the king cobra that it picks a fight itself and scares people, chasing them for no reason. Spitting cobra. The name speaks for itself. This cobra shoots venom at an opponent at a distance of up to 6 feet and is able to hit the target with a diameter of up to 0.7 inches. In general, the spitting cobra clearly has no problems with marksmanship and never had. Whether it's hunting during the day or a night outing, in any case, it'll hit the target perfectly. But don't rush to think that such a cobra can finish off a prey with a single hit of venom on its body. It won't be enough. The venom cannot penetrate through the skin, but it's very dangerous if it gets on the mucous membrane. Therefore, the main purpose of these snakes is the eyes. With an accurate shoot, a prey can completely lose its sight. Well, if the cobra succeeds, you know there's very little chance for survival. Swimming snake. In general, it's quite strange to call this or that snake swimming. The fact is that every snake in the world is capable of it. They can all swim. However, some can do it better, and others do it a little worse. In any case, I suggest we look at what a real snake, which lives underwater most of the time, can do. It took a deep breath on land and returned to its native habitat. Using its locators, the reptile sensed its prey several tens of meters away and immediately rushed towards it. The snake was at the fish's heels, and as soon as the prey was nearby, it grabbed it in one deft jerk. It was no longer possible for the fish to break free. Its head and a large part of its body had already been swallowed, and given the fact that snakes' teeth have an unusual tilt, getting out of such deadly jaws is almost unrealistic. Teamwork. Judging from the Today stories, we can conclude that snakes are loners in terms of hunting. They're constantly trying to catch their prey without anyone else's help. It's easier for them that way, and they don't have to share a prey with anyone. In fact, however, there are creeping creatures that work as a team. For example, here one of the snakes slithered toward a strange object, either alive or not at all. In fact, the object was alive. It was an iguana. The lizard knew that as soon as it moved, it would provoke the reptiles, so it made a decision to stand still, just in case it got lucky. However, at some point, the snake slithered so close to the snakes let the iguana out of their grip and let it escape. Certainly, there were many chances to catch it, and their teamwork deserves respect. It just happens sometimes that one is a little luckier than the other. And everyone who will watch this episode to the end will be even luckier. After all, they'll find out why snakes are agile hunters, as well as what their main methods of catching prey are. Why are snakes agile and smart hunters? In hunting, the creeping creatures are primarily aided by their sense of smell. Their eyes are also sensitive to any movement. They lack moving eyelids, never close or blink. In addition, these natural-born killers have a perfect musculoskeletal system, which allows even the largest individuals to climb trees and hunt there. The snake's body is remarkably flexible due to the special structure of its skeleton. The spine of these creatures is very long and has a large number of vertebrae, usually from 200 to 450. Also, the body of the snake is equipped with a large number of muscles located between the ribs and along the back. This gives them considerable strength and the ability to make movements in different directions. The main methods of snake hunting. The creeping creatures have always differed among themselves in terms of hunting methods. About a quarter of all species use venom to kill their prey. These are the well-known vipers, cobras, African black mambas, and so on. Venomous snakes have both a lot of small teeth, with which they can easily hold the prey in the mouth and not let it go anywhere, and several long, sharp teeth that serve as conductors for venom. For example, in vipers, these long teeth can fold when not needed, adjacent to the palate. There are also those among the venomous snakes that shoot venom from a distance. This too is a useful skill, as it allows a snake to deprive the prey of sight and finish it off faster without expending additional resources. Today, you've already seen such spitting reptiles. And of course, there are non-venomous snakes in the wild. They just swallow smaller prey in one sitting. For example, pythons do it. As for the larger prey, they first strangle it, squeezing the prey until it crunches, and only then swallow it. That's all, guys. Which snake's method of hunting surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and see you later.